In this video, I'm going to take you through a full carnivore diet grocery haul. We're talking meals, snacks, spices, drinks. We're covering it all. If you're new here, my name is Marcus, and I've successfully lost 60 pounds, and I've been helping busy folks lose fat and get healthy for the last 12 years now. Let's cover meals first. These are 75-25 frozen burger patties, and I love these things. I've been eating a ton of them recently. Personally, I like to go with the frozen ones because then I don't have to worry about eating them by a certain date, and I just pull them out of the freezer about an hour-ish before I plan on eating them. They de-thaw, and I cook them up. Also, this way I just don't have to press the burgers myself. It's one less step, and it saves me time. I like to pair these up with some of the other items that I'm about to mention, or just eat them on their own. I just had 6 of these things for a meal like 10 minutes ago. They were delicious. I'm curious, do you eat frozen beef or fresh beef? And also, do you press your own burgers, or do you buy them like this, pre-formed? Here we've got some 80-20 lamb. I personally really like lamb. Some folks don't. Yesterday, I paired this up with some eggs as a meal. So this is a pound of lamb with about 3 to 6 eggs is a really standard meal for me. Here we've got some bacon. I go with this fully cooked bacon from Costco, and it just saves so much time in kitchen cleanup. It's really, really handy. The ingredients in this stuff are no different than a regular bacon that you would take home and cook yourself. I typically wouldn't have just bacon for an entire meal, but I love to add this stuff to other meals for variation and also just to bump up that fat content. Do you pick up this ready-to-go bacon, or do you tend to buy it raw and then cook it yourself? This is smoked salmon, and sometimes I'll pick up fresh salmon to cook, and at other times, if I'm looking for a little more convenience, I'll pick up this smoked salmon. It is so tasty. I'll add it with things like eggs, and it just requires no prep at all. You just take it out of the package and it's ready to eat. I also like to mix this stuff in as a bit of a snack throughout the day if I'm not hungry for a full meal, but I want something. Eggs, classic. These are a staple. Sometimes I'll have an entire meal of eggs, which is quite a few of them, probably like a dozen plus, or I'll add them to other meals. I love pairing eggs up with my burgers or bacon, or like I said, the smoked salmon is really nice with eggs as a bit of a scramble. Eggs are easy, they're fast, and they are so nutritious. These are frozen shrimp, and I wouldn't have these on their own as a meal simply because they are just too low in fat, and I would be hungry shortly after that. But I do like to add these to my other meals. So I might have some burger patties with shrimp on the side, or mix some shrimp in with my whole eggs. These just add a little bit of variation. They taste really good, and often I will go for the pre-cooked ones, so you just have to thaw them out in some water, but these are raw, and I will obviously cook these up. I'm curious, do you personally go with pre-cooked shrimp, or do you pick up the raw ones and cook them yourself? Moving on to snacks, we've got pork rinds. I really used to like dipping these in sour cream, but I'm not doing any dairy right now. I'm experimenting without it to see how I feel. So I'm just eating these things straight up. You can also use them in a whole bunch of recipes. I'm not a crazy recipe guy. I tend to keep things fairly simple, but some folks find all sorts of uses for these. These are wild-caught sardines in water, and if you are going to pick some of these up, just make sure that you go for the ones in water and not seed oils. To be perfectly honest, these are not my favorite food in the world, but I do make an effort to mix them in because they are so nutritious, and the bones in here are a great way to get calcium. And I just mentioned that I'm not eating dairy right now, and so that is important stuff. These are free-range, hard-boiled eggs that are just ready to roll. And I love these things because they are so convenient. Are they more expensive than typical eggs that you're going to buy at the grocery store? Absolutely, but convenience has a cost. And as long as the ingredients don't take a hit, meaning there's something funky in a more convenient form of something that I want to eat, I'll usually get it. I love throwing salt on these and eating them straight up, or even pairing them with some of that ready-to-go bacon, and you've got a meal in a matter of not even minutes, like seconds. These are great to take with you if you're going to be out for longer periods of time throughout the day and you're not going to be able to cook. Take a couple packets of these, and if you find yourself hungry or in a bind while you're out and about, problem solved. I have a full carnivore diet grocery list that you can get for absolutely free if you follow and DM me on Instagram. My handle is at N1Fitness. You can just send me a quick message saying carnivore diet grocery list and I'll send it right over. Drinks. So here we've got some Relite. This is an electrolyte supplement. I have no affiliation with this company. It's just a good product. I typically add a scoop of this stuff to my water during workouts, or I might have a scoop before and or after a run. When I'm in hotter climates, I absolutely tend to drink more of this stuff simply because I'm sweating more. But just know that you don't have to pick up one of these electrolyte supplements. They are a nice to have, not a must have. You can almost certainly meet your nutritional needs for electrolytes via the base of your diet and adding salt to your meals. All right, we've got sparkling water here. I drink a fair bit of this stuff. These are the Kirkland brand ones, and this is LaCroix, the coconut flavor. I really like it, as well as a Zevia. The cream soda is my absolute favorite. Personally, what I do is I add equal parts water and sparkling water to this bottle just to add a little bit of flavor. I'm personally not looking for a ton of flavor, and that's why I cut it a little bit. I want something more faint as opposed to overpowering. I'm curious though, do you drink sparkling water? And if so, what are some of your favorite types? I really like Spindrift as well. Their lemon and lime flavors are really, really good. But what do you drink? Next up, we have coffee. This is not technically carnivore, of course, but I drink it. I have 2 cups of black coffee every morning. It does not disrupt my digestion. Otherwise, I would eliminate it. And personally, I absolutely love everything about coffee. It's something that I do not want to give up. This is the Black Rifle brand. I really like their coffees. I've tried a number of them now, and they are all really, really tasty. My preference is a dark roast. Spices. So I am super basic. The only spice that I use is sea salt. And I don't do that just because I think that it's hardcore. I do it because I just don't tolerate a lot of spice. For example, garlic and onion absolutely blow up my belly. It is a great way for me to look 4 months pregnant if I eat it. And so I just keep it simple and I stick with salt. Do you use a wide variety of spices on your carnivore diet? And if so or not, why? I'm super curious. Feel free to thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the comments.